Welcome back to another episode on the J.A.T side. I'm your host, Jalen Austin Taylor, and today is September 27th, 2025, and I'm very excited to be joined by two first-time guests. I got Ashton and Collin Holgerson with me today on the J.A.T side. So if you guys want to say anything before we get into today's episode, you can now.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Excited. Yeah.
We're very excited to be on the podcast. Thanks for having us.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Just have a few questions for you guys today. And I just really want you guys to, kind of share your just whatever you want to share, your experiences, your, knowledge, whatever you guys want to share with the audience. But the first question I have for you guys today is, how did both of you begin swimming? Whoever wants to answer first can answer first.
I began swimming from my older brother, I guess. We kind of started off doing like summer league, like just in our neighborhood. And then my older brother used to do gymnastics, but then he decided to swim, so I just kind of followed suit and yeah, just did what he did. Yeah.
All right, so I began swimming when I was like 6 or 7 years old. My parents forced me to swim, and at first I hated it, but then as you start getting older, you start like getting used to the sport and knowing what it's about. So now I love it. So I just basically got forced to.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good. Were you purposely making that joke? Or...
No, that was serious. I was like 6 or 7 years old when I started swimming. And what about you?
I think it was also about probably 6 or 7. Yeah. Somewhere around.
All right. Okay. Let's get into the next question, bro. Second question I got for y'all today is, what has been a big obstacle for you guys in your respective journeys in swimming?
I think personally, I've dealt with a lot of shoulder issues just like since I was 13, honestly, and like my freshman year, I really was excited like starting new beginnings because I go to boarding school in Tennessee and I really wanted to like work super hard like as soon as I got into it. So I stopped doing all my PT exercises. So and I just got straight into training and I really messed up my shoulder my freshman year. So I think coming back from that has been like the hardest thing for me for sure, but I've learned a lot about that and I think it's helped me become a better swimmer, like overcoming that. Yeah.
I'll say for me, it's probably like injuries and like taking care of my body a lot. Cause I'll say I got injured like major like 2 times this past like a year or two, and it's been like just slowing me down. But other than that, I'll say like the biggest like thing that's like in my way is like just like motivation to swim every day. But yeah.
Yeah, you guys know I had Anthony on here about 4 weeks ago, and he kind of was talking about motivation being um, a big obstacle for him, just staying motivated. And then injuries, I think all athletes can relate to that because, injuries are a part of sports and they always have the potential to happen, but kind of like taking care of your body in between whatever competition or meets or whatever it may be, whether it's games or matches, whatever it is, but just like making sure you do the proper recovery, that's always big. So my next question for you guys is, what is one accomplishment that you guys are extremely proud of?
I think for me, um, it was probably making junior worlds this summer, and I wasn't really expecting to because I haven't swam long course very consistently the past couple of years just with shoulder problems. But I was really proud of myself, and I feel like I was really doubting myself going into the season. But like I don't know, I feel like you can always like surprise yourself if you really put your mind to it, and I think I kind of proved to myself that.
And I'll say for me, the biggest accomplishment is for like just swimming for my country, Singapore. Um, these especially like this past year, I've went to like a bunch of countries and like for the big swim meets, so it was really interesting and fun.
Yeah, that's super cool. Swimming for your country, that's pretty dope. Also, the um,
Oh, I
Collin.
went to Junior Worlds and I represented the United States there, which was it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, I got you. So yeah, representing the U.S. and I mean y'all both obviously represented y'all respective countries, so that's pretty cool. For me, I have not done that yet for basketball. Potentially, I might one day, but that's pretty cool to hear that. My next question is, if you could share like one piece of advice with fellow athletes, what would it be?
All right. My advice is I would say make sure you're having fun while like working, because then that way you'll feel like you actually love the sport. And last thing I'll say is like slow motion is still motion.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the number one thing is never taking it too seriously, honestly, and kind of not listening to what other people say and like think that's best for you. Because at the end of the day, like you know what's best for yourself, and I think that's a good quote. Slow motion is still motion. Yeah, just like being trying to be consistent every day.
Yeah, I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with the phrase like 1% better every day, but it's kind of like something that I like to use for me in basketball, just like taking it one step at a time because you can't. There's only so much you can do in a day, but just taking steps to get better, and then like you said, Ashton, just enjoying the process. Those are all big things. So great advice. And before we end today's episode, I just have one more question for you guys. And like I said, once again, whoever wants to start can start first. But what are the next steps for you guys in swim?
Okay, so I feel like my next goals for swim is to try to make the Singapore Olympic team in like a few years. So that's my big like dream that I'm trying to work towards and just keep grinding every day.
Yeah, I feel like for me, the next steps honestly is like really figuring out what my plans are for college. Definitely like I've toured a lot of schools in the fall and I feel like I have a good idea of where I want to go, but like finishing that would be really cool for me. And I think just really focusing on my meets coming up like at juniors and at high school state the next couple months.
Well, good luck to you both in your future endeavors. I mean, from what I've heard just here today in the few minutes I've talked to you guys, I've heard great things, and I'm really impressed with both of you. Um, I'm not really, I don't really, at this current moment, I'm not too much in the swim, but I have talked to a few, swimmers, so I'm starting to kind of expand my knowledge in that sport. But I appreciate you guys for taking the time out today to come and talk to me for a few minutes. And if you guys have any closing statements, you can say it now.
Yeah, thank you for having us. I really appreciate it. It was nice to get to know you.
Shout out J.A.T.
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate y'all. So, without further ado, that's going to be the end of today's episode. I'm your host, Jalen Austin Taylor. Yo, please, hey, please follow. And this is honestly, this might just be one of the funniest episodes I've ever done. So I appreciate y'all both for joining me today. And yeah, until next time, I'm your host, Jalen Austin Taylor. And until next time, we are out.